Hi there, this is Glenn Gross. This video is aimed primarily at trumpet players and specifically at jazz trumpet players, but if you like jazz or if you're just interested in music in general, this may interest you too. Many of you are familiar with the famous Coltrane solo on Giant Steps from their main release track, which starts like this. Oops, I made a mistake there at the end. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to talk about something called a finger transformation. It's my new coinage here. So here's the trumpet valves, right? And most of you know that if you use valves 1 and 2, that you have the sum of the second valve slide and the first valve slide, which effectively lowers the pitch 1.5 steps, which also happens to be the length of the third valve. So we call it an alternate. We know, intellectually at least, we know that we can always substitute third valve anytime we have first and second, and often we do this to make the fingering easier. What I'm going to suggest is that a better way is to practice both fingerings and call it a fingering transformation. So in the first time that you play a passage, you're going to play it with the so-called correct fingering, which usually means first and second valve, okay? Then we're going to play it a second time, applying the fingering transformation, and use only third valve every time we have first and second. And you can do this with a lot of different exercises, but I'd like to zero in on a particular Coltrane lick that's in that solo that I just played for you. In fact, my mind is on it because I slipped it in the wrong place a minute ago, and it's this line here. Now that's just a really cool sounding lick, and it happens in the second chorus, or maybe it's the third chorus. I think it's the third chorus. Anyway, it happens in bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting in bar 5 of the tune. Now, if you know the Coltrane cycle, you know that what happens in Giant Steps is you're dropping down by major thirds, according to the augmented chord in the key of B concert, but you're going to precede each augmented chord by its dominant, and that's just like a rule of thumb how to play it. Well, that means that by bar 5, you've completed what the first half of the tune does is it goes through 2/3 of the cycle, and then it rotates in effect and starts a major third down with the next version. So we're starting on the flat 6 here, which is the key of G concert, or A for the trumpet, and we're outlining the chords. So that is a G concert, or A major for the trumpet, and those notes are 5, 1, 3. Then the next chord is a B flat 7, or a concert, which is a C7 for trumpet, and this is the line. And those notes are 3, 5, 7, 9. And then in the next measure we have E flat concert, which is the 3 of the B major, if you want to think of it in terms of where it fits in the tonality of B. And that E flat, we have a simple 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern. Then the next chord after that is the 5, and it's a G flat 7, and Coltrane just builds a whole tone scale right on the G flat, so it sounds like this. It's A flat in trumpet pitch, so therefore it's actually starting on the 7th. 7, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So the whole thing together sounds like this. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to play it the first time using the so-called correct fingerings, and then we're going to apply the finger transformation and see how it sounds. Here it is with the finger transformation using the third valve instead of first and second. And when you are fingering it that way, if you loop it, you can just lift up on your second valve in order to get back to the top of it. But what I'm going to suggest is alternate. Start with the correct fingering, then do the alternate fingering, then come back to the correct fingering. There you have it. Well, don't bother with this stuff unless you like the way that sounds. However, if you listen to it for a while, I think you're going to agree it's just a very cool sounding lick. And by learning it by rote, so that you don't have to think about all the functionality and the patterns and so on that I described, you're going to find that you can slip that lick in anywhere without even thinking about it. It'll come out of your subconscious, especially once you practice it in all 12 keys, which I haven't done yet, so I'll probably make another video once I've put this lick through its paces. But anyway, I wanted to show you that idea about a finger transformation, that you play a passage, and then you do the finger transformation and play it with the alternate fingering. If I wanted to do it with Clark Study number 2 on C, it would look like this. Well, that's not perfect, but you get the basic idea. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Keep practicing.